you know, or you don't, but you should. Anyway, so I've been playing with these a little bit more again, and actually, there's quite some nice updates to the whole thing. And I realized there's nicer ways to build this stuff, and now I also realize that I can have and use properties and kind of code the state there properly. And I wanted to do one thing. So I wanted to kind of play with. I wanted to basically build these, which is kind of where I got to with the W state. You probably can't see anything. I'll just try to replicate it now. And see what we get. Okay. So first of all, I'll just kind of comment that out. We're in Python, so that is what we'll do. And we'll kind of do a bit of so let me just try to draw this. I'm gonna basically hard code now the states as part of the labels of the 3 qubits, right? And so we have basically maybe I'll just kind of do them here first and say qubit 0 qubit 0 is basically Q0 something like these, right? So I will just qubit 0 1 is this, qubit 1 0, and then 1 1 is basically this, and then qubit 2 0 and 2 1 is basically these. But then I also have, I think, qubit 2 a plus and a minus state, right? So I'm gonna do basically plus and minus. So I'm just going to do, and I'm ignoring here, well, that is plus, and I'm ignoring here the coefficients and whatnot, just for simplicity. And so I think now I can basically say that we have one hyperedge where, so we have one hyperedge where we have absolutely everything, right? I think that's the idea. So we have got Q0, Q01, right? And we've got Q10, Q11, Q20, Q21, Q2 plus, and Q2 minus. Does this work? Does this work? Well, should probably start up here and then up here. Yeah, now I remember how much the whole thing slow was with OBS. It does not improve here a lot either. I don't know why. It's just my laptop's got a couple of accounts, and I think there's some funky thing going on, and I'm getting a new laptop soon. So, but okay, so we've got all these kind of things in here. So it's kind of hyperedge 0, or maybe instead of just 0, I'll call it system. So that's part of the whole system. And so now what we have is we can have like specific hyperedges for the rest of the stuff, right? And so here we have one hyperedge where is, for example, Q01 and Q2 plus. We have another hyperedge where oh god, we have another hyperedge where we have the Q01 and the Q2 minus. We have another hyperedge. Why there's this fucking autocompletion here? So we now have another one. I'm just copying it from the picture that I have. That is Q00 and Q1. And then also we have Q00 and Q10. And what else do we have? 3, 4. So we have, now we have one hyperedge that has Q1, 0, and it has Q2, 1, and it has Q2 minus. And I think, no, and then we still have another hyperedge. No, sorry. Yeah, almost. And we have another hyperedge that is the number 5. That basically includes Q0, Q10, Q11. It also includes Q21 and Q2 minus. There you go. So this is the W state. Boom. And you know what? Let me try to open it with the hypernetx widget. Or is it gonna? So what do I do here? So I do these and I do. No. I have to fix that. I'm definitely gonna, it's something with the machine, the fact that it just goes that slow, and I remember that was the same. But it is not just about machine. I have a lot of RAM and all that stuff. Come on, that shouldn't be streaming and doesn't show again. So let's see, now this will open the widget. Because then when I actually have the final implementation, then these states will be obviously the properties, so I can operate with them, but then I'll also show them in the labels, right? So that a property will be the qubit, another property. There you go. Can I just get rid of these? Yeah. Can I save these? Yes. What do we have here? Okay, so does this give me any interesting? So I don't know any of these visualizations, but I can see the degrees here. And I think that can be something really interesting, which is basically, okay, so why is the 0 plus 1 degree 5? So what is degree, first of all? So I have my system, and I have, I think there's something wrong with these. Have I represented this correctly? So let me see. So I have Q01 and Q2 plus are one hyperedge. Q01 and Q2 hyperedge. Q00 and Q1 and Q10 are another hyperedge. Ah, there you go. Okay, cool. Because now because the problem is that I'm missing the 2 zeros, which are, yeah. So there's sort of, there is also there's Q1. This is something. This is Q10 1 or A, I'll call it, right? And there's Q2 0 A. And so these guys go also in here. What have I done? Jesus Christ. Q1 0A, Q2, no, Q1, yeah, 0A. So these also go here. But still, that doesn't look like. Q1 0A, Q2 0A, part of the system. But like I don't see them here. Why I don't see them here? I'm missing. I think I'm missing a node somewhere. Am I? I see that one that's only in the system, but that's nowhere else, and so that should be in the system as well. Uh, okay, maybe you know what? Maybe the thing is I have to give this like at least a unique label. I think that makes a difference because I think it treats the labels as IDs. Yeah, there you go. There you go. These two. But now Q2 0. What the? Yeah. Okay. So Q2 0 is redundant. So that's not there anymore. Or let's just keep it out of this. And let's launch the widget as well. So that makes more sense. So Q0 1 as plus, and it should go to minus as well. I don't see the minus anywhere because that is the problem. God, okay, so the labels actually act like IDs in this case. That is an important thing to note. There you go. That looks better. That looks better because now, and so what does the widget look like? Yeah. So we have, okay, so Q0, Q01, and Q00. Just we'll try to put them the same way that I had them laid out in my, yeah. So now I have the two guys are alone floating in the system. They should be here, and then I have this guy down here. Yeah, there you go. And then this one's kind of here, and this one's kind of here, and this one's kind of here. Yeah, kind of, pretty much it. I think that's definitely the thing that I was looking for. Cool. So, okay, so what about coloring them by ranks? So what are the not ranks but degrees? So what do the degrees tell me? In a way, degrees kind of tell you. It's a bit of a measure of entanglement, right? It could be a bit of a measure of entanglement in a way. Um, Blues. Yeah, so the darker ones are states which are, you know, in a way, more entangled. So that would be the W state, kind of. Now the question is, no, I kind of like that. I like the tooling. I just have to get it smoother so that it doesn't work so clunkily here, and I can trim it without messing up. So this is the way that so this looks cool. Now again, so let's try to get Quirk. Let's sort of go to Quirk again. Now so let's sorry, I have this open Quirk. And so for Quirk, I'll probably should actually just kind of have that because I don't want to construct this every time. So I know it's a control hotmart, then it's a control not, and then it's a control not, and then it's a not. And I should just kind of copy that and then put it here as a comment. So this is Quirk's link. So this is Quirk's link. Yeah. And then and now, so what are we now trying to do? We're now trying to understand how is information distributed. So we're trying. So that's kind of one question. How do we even approach these questions, right? That's a whole different thing. But how do we answer questions about these? Right? Because I have mixed bases. That's kind of like the danger thing here, right? Because if I'd say, and you know what, actually, can I not just, you know what I will just do? I'll just do it like these, obviously. It's gonna make you more readable. It's gonna make you more readable. Oh God, the layout will get broken now, but whatever. Plus and minus, yeah, it's fine. It's fine, I'll live with it. Degree, color palette, blues. Cool. And what is these coloring actually? These I don't know. Why is that, for example, like that and that's like that? Oh, so it's just to tell you that it's not in that hyperedge. That's nice. Okay, so that's kind of to tell you, yeah, that these things are not. That's smart. That's pretty smart. Okay. But yeah, so the point is, like, look, what types of questions do you want to answer? I don't know. But in a way, like one thing that I do as a start is say, cool, can I answer? So if I were to if I knew in what pure state a qubit is, how do I know? Like, how does this affect the rest of the state, right? So in a way, let's say that I want to know, assuming that this is in the plus state, I want to know in what state that qubit is, and it would state that qubit is, for example, or if this is in the y-axis plus, right? Like in what state that qubit is, and what state that qubit is, things like these. I think these kind of questions kind of make sense. I could also, I mean, I don't know if they make sense, but it's maybe a way to think about the information distribution. Is like, so given what I know, what is the rest of the system state, right? But I should read up a bit more on these. And I think on entanglement measures and information distribution, I should probably read out a bit more on these, see what's kind of standard out there. Because I think, but I just forgot which was there was a so there was there was a funky thing coming up here that if I knew this was 1, this would be 0 or something like that, because like, let me again separate that properly. So these guys are here, Q1, Q2, that is Q2, that is Q2, and that is actually Q1, and that is actually Q1, right? Exactly. So, and why do you move so much? And so now I kind of have them aligned more or less. So I know these are Q2, these are Q1, these are Q0. Like if I know that this is a minus, for example, right? The sort of the thing is, knowledge is kind of distributed in a nasty way, right? Because these states are partially minus as well. They're like 50% minus, right? But there was a funny result where it's like, look, here I have a 0, and here I have a 0, and here I have a 1, right? So there's no relative phase anywhere. And I think there was it with a 0 maybe? No, was it with a minus, a plus? No, with a minus? No. What was that? Hmm. I'll have to go look at the stream actually. Probably. Or was I actually applying another operation to these? But okay, let's just take a look at these. So if I know this is 1, then I know this is 0 with 100% certainty. So how do I know that? So if I know this is 1, so the thing is like that falls off the picture. Here's a full match. Now here's a partial match, here's a partial match, right? So there's a certain probability that's how do I even answer this question, right? Do I just kind of say um, do I just kind of keep some of these notes and then say, look, I don't want to now, for example, you know, can I just hide this? I want to hide this. Okay, so I can do things like that. Anyway, so how do I even treat these? How do I even deal with these? I'd say it's a 0 with 100% probability. That's tricky, right? So I basically say this is a full match, right? So let's kind of reason from that. Because it's a full match, I know that everything in here is a possibility, right? But that's not a possibility because, well, because if that's a possibility, then that's not a possibility. So these, therefore, I know that this is not a possibility, right? So I can have this kind of chain of reasoning and say, so this means that this is true, and then therefore this is true with 100% probability. So this is true with 100% probability. I think that's the way you'd reason about it. But okay, now I have a good basis to kind of work on, just instead of just pen and paper, and I can see if I can add a bit more. I need to, I think, next step kind of formalize that way of reasoning and say, so which of these things are true and which are not, right? So if I know, it's like this could be true, right? This is 100% true. This could be true, but if this could be true, then it means that's not true, right? So if this could be true, then it means there's a. If this could be true, well, okay, so this could be true because that might not be the right way to reason about this. If this could be true, it means that, well, it could be. So this is not true in this case. This means that this is not this case. But then it's also, because it's not this case, it's not this case. Because not this case is also not this case. And so we're left with a 0. You see? So yeah, that is going to be tricky to formalize. I have no idea how to start, where to start. The hyperedges, in a way, tell you pockets of truth. So what I would algorithmically do is say, first kind of get the nodes that match partially and fully, because that partial and fully just will give you probabilities, and then work out from there, and see what nodes and what hyperedges survive. Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, gotta go. Little one just woke up. Bye.